Good evening, it's Saturday the 3rd of May, it's just past 6 o'clock and welcome to our Saturday evening news programme. And in the news this week, last weekend people flocked to the Isle of Portland to celebrate the restoration and formal opening of the historic High Angle Battery site. Local residents, volunteers and organisations involved in restoring the site gathered to celebrate its transformation and the launch of Portland and Weymouth Towns of Culture 2025. The High Angle Battery, locally known as the Ghost Tunnels, is a late Victorian gun battery built in the 1890s to defend Portland Harbour. Over time it's fallen into disrepair, and in 2022 its outdated interpretation panels, graffiti and heritage damage led to it being placed on the Heritage at Risk register. Thanks to the dedicated efforts of Dorset Council, support from Portland Town Council and the help of partners, heritage experts and the local community, the site has received much needed revamp and is now more accessible than ever, with new interpretation panels, improved pathways and increased biodiversity. Structural repairs have also been made to the site, along with vegetation clearance and litter removal. As well as celebrating the completion of the project, the event also marked the launch of Portland and Weymouth Towns of Culture 2025 with the State of Alarm exhibition. This captivating sound installation by Mark Anderson and Liam Welsh transformed the High Angle Battery into a captivating sound world brought to life through the ensemble of visually striking instruments, sound sculptures and rhythmic noises. To find out more about the project, to rediscover the High Angle Battery, if you pop along to Dorset Council website and search for High Angle Battery, you will find more information there. Now, a new observation wheel, the latest attraction to be added to the Weymouth Beach, opened to the public this week after final checks were made. To celebrate the launch, the operator gave the first 50 people the chance to ride on the wheel free. The wheel stands 26 metres high and can accommodate up to 108 passengers when full, who will be in for a treat as they take to the sky to enjoy the stunning views. It also includes a gondola which is suitable for people with disabilities to access the ride. Mayor of Weymouth, Councillor John Orell, pictured with the operator Sarah Hall, said, and it's very tiny, you can see him at the bottom there, the observation wheel is one of the tallest attractions on the beach, offering fantastic views of Weymouth's iconic Jurassic coastline. We are pleased to see this new attraction opening on the beach for the very first time, which complements the other seasonal rides. It will offer something for all ages, for residents and visitors alike. A group of dedicated staff from Weldmar Hospice Care were delighted to discover they had been invited to Buckingham Palace to meet King Charles III and Queen Camilla. The King, who has been patron of Weldmar Hospice Care since 1994, held the reception to honour those who work in community care for people with cancer. 83% of all care provided by Weldmar is community-based. The new specialist hospice at home service launched in April has hubs in the west, south and north of the county, providing specialist care and support to inpatients in their own homes. The King shared a personal message with all those who attended, speaking of his own cancer diagnosis and the daunting, at times frightening experience for those who are affected. There were also a number of guests who have personal experience of cancer, such as Strictly Come Dancing star Amy Dowden, actor Richard E. Grant and Radio 1 DJ Adele Roberts. Director of Clinical Services Caroline Sweetland was joined by representatives from the three local hubs of Weldmar's new specialist hospice at home service and clinical administration team, and were one of a handful of hospice charities to be represented at the event. She said, "We were first to arrive," explains Caroline, "and we were ushered into the ballroom where Lorraine Kelly's Change and Check choir were about to perform. The King and Queen came in and spoke to the choir and then came to talk to all of the guests. I invited him to visit our inpatient unit again soon, and he promised he would get that arranged, and his written message was heartfelt and genuine." Dorchester Town Council has announced a series of events to commemorate the 80th anniversary of VE Day, marking the end of the war in Europe. A number of events will take place across the town between the 8th and the 11th of May, and here's a taster. On Thursday the 8th of May, there'll be a flag raising and tribute at 9 a.m. The town crier, Mr. Anthony Harrison, will perform the VE Day tribute at the town pump at Cornhill as the special VE Day flag is raised over the town hall. Veterans lunch at midday on the 8th of May at the Dorchester branch of the Royal Naval Association, and that will be at the Junction pub, open to any World War II veterans or civilians who took an active role in helping the war effort. There'll be a beacon lighting event on the 8th of May starting at 8:15 p.m. With 1940s music from the Decadettes and reading of local memories of Special Day in 1945 performed by the As One Theatre Group. Just before 9:30, the town crier will again read the VE Day tribute and the beacon will be lit. Saturday the 10th of May, there'll be a free concert from the Casterbridge Male Voice Choir at 12:15 at the Corn Exchange. Sunday the 11th, there'll be a VE Day 80th concert celebrating Dorchester. Will conclude with a free concert in the Borough Gardens from 1 till 4 with music from the Decadettes, the Dunovaria Silver Band, etc. For more information, you can contact Tony Hurley, who's the Assistant Town Clerk, on 01305 249 091 or email tonyhurley@dorchester-tc.gov.uk. We'll return to VE Day later in the programme when we'll hear what Weymouth has on offer. Dorset Council has issued a formal demand for Weymouth Park Limited to undertake urgent replanting at Fleetwood in Chickerell following the illegal felling of trees in January 2023. This call to action aims to restore the ecological integrity of the area, which is fully protected by a tree preservation order confirmed in 1991. The woodland, part of a Section 41 priority habitat within the Dorset Natural Landscapes and the Heritage Close, was cleared of over 0.6 hectares of tree, far exceeding the Forestry Commission's permission to thin 30% of the trees. Investigations revealed the timber clearance occurred under the direction of individuals associated with Weymouth Park Limited, leaving a significant ecological void in this cherished habitat. Although Weymouth Park Limited was fined a record £30,000 in February 2025 by Weymouth Magistrates Court for breaching the felling licence, the responsibility for enforcing tree replacement in areas with a tree preservation order lies with Dorset Council. Dorset Council is pressing for immediate action. A replanting plan informed by the Forestry Commission guidelines has been shared with Weymouth Park Limited, detailing the required tree species, locations and density. The plan specifies planting 1,100 trees per hectare, including sycamore, oak, beech, wild cherry, small-leaved lime and more, ensuring ecological harmony with the surrounding woodland. The council has given Weymouth Park Limited until the end of the planting season, that's March 2026, to complete the replanting. If these steps are not undertaken, Dorset Council will take further action to ensure compliance. Officers from Dorset Police are appealing for witnesses or anyone with information to come forward following a commercial burglary near Dorchester. Between 11 a.m. and 1:10 a.m. on Tuesday the 29th of April, access was gained to Dorchester Collection in Winterbourne Abbas and two black Cofen F80 electrical motorcycles were stolen. It was reported that the motorcycles were loaded onto a Ford Transit custom van, which then left the scene in the direction of Dorchester on the A35. Police Constable Jack White of West Dorset Police said, "We are carrying out a detailed investigation into the commercial burglary, and I'm keen to hear from anyone who witnessed any suspicious activity in the area or who has information that might assist our inquiries. I would also urge any motorists who were driving in the area of Winterbourne Abbas around the relevant time to please review any dash cam footage to see if they've captured anything that might help the police." Anyone with information is asked to contact Dorset Police by calling 101, or if you have any information you wish to give anonymously, you can do this via the Crime Stoppers charity by calling 0800 555 111. Dorset Museum and Art Gallery has this week announced the Hayden Princess Traction Engine Tour. From May to September this year, visitors across Dorset will have a rare opportunity to experience this iconic piece of living history in full steam. The Hayden Princess, a beautifully preserved traction engine, will be heading out on the road this summer to headline some of Dorset's most beloved events. You can catch the Hayden Princess at the following events. Now, on the 3rd and 4th of May, it'll be at the Dorset Spring Show. The 5th and 6th of July, the Chickerell Steam and Vintage Show. 8th to 10th of August at the Purbeck Steam Rally, 6th to 7th of September at the Dorset County Show, and the 21st of September at the Heritage Open Day in Dorchester. It's a unique opportunity to see Dorset's very own treasure, the Hayden Princess, steaming proudly once again. For more information on this, you can visit the Dorset Museum and Art Gallery website or follow them on social media. Now, if you're looking to kickstart a new project that will make a difference to people in your community, round 9 of the Community and Culture Project Fund is now open for applications. The grants, which are managed by Dorset Council, welcome applications for projects and events for community arts, accredited museums, heritage, sport, youth, play and physical activity. The fund offers small grants ranging from £1,500 to £5,000 to support organisations who want to start new activities or events that make a real difference to the lives of Dorset residents, especially those who are marginalised or disadvantaged. The application period closes on Thursday the 5th of June 2025. Applicants must provide a minimum of 20% of their total project costs and demonstrate how their projects will make an impact on their communities. For details on eligibility and how to apply, visit the Dorset Council website, and if you search for Community and Cultural Project Fund Dorset Council, then you will get the information. Now, this is one of a number of grants that are available through Dorset Council for various purposes. So if you're looking for grants for other purposes, a search for Grants Dorset Council will give you information on all of the different grants that are available through the County Council. Now, Dorset has been successful in achieving Local Visitor Economy Partnership LVEP accreditation. This status will help unlock growth opportunities for Dorset's £1 billion visitor economy and will give access to a network of support as part of the national LVEP programme. The bid was led by Dorset Council, supported by Bournemouth, Christchurch and Poole Council and the Dorset Tourism Association. Dorset's application was approved by Visit England's panel of industry experts and visitor economy policymakers at the Department of Culture, Media and Sport. Visit England Director Andrew Stokes said, "The Local Visitor Economy Partnership programme is transforming the visitor economy landscape in England, supporting its growth in a more inclusive, accessible and regenerative way, and I'm delighted to welcome Dorset. Working together, the LVEPs are simplifying our tourism landscape, ensuring England continues to be a compelling destination for both domestic and international visitors. Local visitor economy partnerships have been introduced as part of the government's response to an independent review of how the nation's visitor economy is coordinated and promoted, and has the potential to draw in additional support and funding. The tourism industry is crucial to Dorset. Tourism boosts the economy by supporting small and medium-sized businesses throughout the county, bringing vitality to urban, rural and coastal communities. Tourism contributes £1.76 billion each year to Dorset's economy and supports more than 35,000 jobs. More details about the Dorset LVEP and future plans can be found on a specific website, www.visit-dorset.com/trade. Now, if you are fans of Simon and Garfunkel, Tom Waits and Monty Python alike, you can be prepared to be uplifted and inspired, transfixed and transformed. American songwriter, author David Berkeley and British songwriter-producer Ben Parker are the men beneath the hats in this transatlantic folk duo, Sons of Town Hall. The pair conjure the timeless mythic universe under the aliases Joshua Chester Jones and George Ulysses Brown, 19th century vagabonds who travel the world in a hand-built boat to escape troubled past and search for adventure and love. Weaving wild stories between heartbreaking and rousing songs, expect a deeply imaginative voyage, complete with Victorian-era costumes, sing-alongs and meditations about the seafaring life. Now, this is one of the new events on the new programme from Artsreach, and it says you will laugh, you will cry, and you will sing along. Sons of the Town Hall are at Broad Windsor on the 23rd of May at 7:30, Langton Travis 24th of May at 7:30, and the Observer quotes seamlessly vocal harmony, stories of sea voyages, betrayal and desolation, a more coherent concept you will be pushed to find. So do a search for Artsreach for that and any other things coming up from Artsreach in the near future. As temperatures start to climb, the Environment Agency is warning beachgoers and river users that sightings of algae blooms are also on the rise. Hot and sunny weather typically triggers algae blooms, and as they decay, they are often mistaken for pollution. As the massive algae breaks down, it can reduce dissolved oxygen levels in our waters, leading to fish becoming distressed and in some cases dying. Kevin Ward from the Environment Agency said every year when temperatures rise, we receive many reports of suspected sewage pollution at coastal waters in particular that are in fact the breakdown of algae blooms. In freshwaters, particularly lakes, blue-green algae especially thrive in warm conditions and has the potential to be harmful by forming blooms and scums which can be highly toxic to humans, fish and animals. It is easy to mistake algae for sewage, particularly as both have an unpleasant smell, but foam on the water's surface or on the beach is more likely to be the result of an algae bloom breaking down. Blooms can discolour the water, varying between blue-green, green or greenish-brown, and should be avoided as they can be toxic and lead to a variety of symptoms including vomiting and diarrhoea. For dogs and livestock, ingestion of scums can be fatal, so pet owners and farmers need to keep animals away. Confusing algae bloom for pollution is an easy mistake, but there are a few tips to help tell the difference. So it says algae blooms generally occur between April and August. Long lines of algae foam can be seen off headlands lying parallel to the coast. In rough conditions, thick mats of foam may be created on the shoreline by wave action. Stormwater overflows tend to cause a greyish discoloration of the water and often have an origin such as a pipe or eightfall where the discoloration is strongest. Sewage discharges can contain fats and oils, causing waves to flatten around it and sometimes attract seabird flocks. Now, if members of the public are concerned, they can report any potential algae blooms to the Environment Agency's 24-hour free phone incident hotline, and that's 0800 807 060. That's 0800 807 060. There we go. And finally, in tonight's headlines, this coming week, 5th to 8th of May, marks the 80 years since victory in Europe, as we said earlier. And in Weymouth, there are some events going on as well. As Weymouth was the heart of the VE Day celebrations, will be focused on commemorating in the communities, with the 5th of May being dedicated to community celebrations. Street parties, picnics and barbecues will take place, and millions across the UK are expected to join in. And you can search for Great British Food Festival to see where those events are. And this will be to celebrate 80 years of peace and to remember the many sacrifices made. If you're looking for inspiration to get the party going, the official 80th anniversary website offers a wealth of tips and inspiration for party planners, including the Big Lunch Guide to bringing people together, ideas for food, games and activities, quiz sheets and templates for homemade bunting, flags, posters and party invitations. Now, things that are happening in Weymouth, and these are just a few I've selected. Thursday the 8th of May from 9 p.m. at the Jubilee Clock. The Royal British Legion will hold a short service. A beacon lighting ceremony will start at 9:20 p.m. Singers from Weymouth choirs invited to attend to join in the singing. Saturday the 10th of May, an exciting lineup of live music takes place on Weymouth Beach. The concert features performances from talented local bands, groups and musicians across a variety of genres. Kitchen, Monday the 5th of May, VE Day Circus. A performance takes place at the Nothe Fort from 1 p.m. to 1:30 p.m. as described as hilarious and heartfelt tribute to the overworked women of the era. All Saints Church in Wyke, Regis is celebrating an evening with beacon lighting, There's food on offer, and I think there's a documentary on VE Day and all sorts of things going on with music and a bar. You can get tickets at www.parishofwykeregis.org.uk/events. In fact, I know they are going fast, and they're going to close down ticket sales on Monday, so just a chance to still get those if you want it. The Mission Hall in Sutton Points, Thursday the 8th, they're going to have fish and chips, a quiz and a glass of fizz, and beacon lighting there. Rafa Club in Weymouth are going to have an afternoon tea at 3 p.m. on the 8th of May. And MV Freedom are inviting people to take a trip on MV Freedom Catamaran on Saturday the 10th of May. And if you're interested, you can contact Peter York 970 at btinternet.com. And finally, there's an open-air concert on the 10th of May, that's Saturday, in St Lawrence Church Car Park Upway from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. with refreshments and live music available, and a picnic, community picnic style setting. There we go, lots happening this week. That brings us to the end of the headlines this week. It is now time in this week's programme to go over to Andrew Wright for this week's film review and preview.
TV film review and preview. I'm Andrew Wright. This weekend, Marvel Studios' Thunderbolts arrives in cinemas. The film is the 36th film, that's right, 36, in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and revolves around a group of anti-heroes as they are caught in a deadly trap and forced to work together on a deadly mission. So there's a whole lot of deadly danger in it. The film stars Florence Pugh, Sebastian Stan, Wyatt Russell, David Harbour, Hannah John Kamen, and Julia Louis-Dreyfus, all of whom reprise their roles from previous MCU media, and they're joined by Lewis Pullman, who plays a new character called Bob, also known as Sentry, and all of the cast, apart from Dreyfus, are reprising their roles in Avengers Doomsday, now filming in London. The film has received positive reviews from critics who praise the film's ability to go back to the proven blueprint of earlier MCU movies, as well as Florence Pugh being a magnetic standout amongst the cast, so that sounds like it's going to be pretty fun, pretty good time. Thunderbolts is in cinemas now. It's Thunderbolts with an asterisk, but the asterisk is a spoiler. Den of Thieves 2 Pantera was released last Friday on Amazon Prime Video. It was straight to streaming in the UK. The film is a sequel to the 2018 original film Den of Thieves. So this film follows an LASD sheriff, so a Los Angeles Sheriff's Department sheriff, who follows a suspected thief to Europe in an attempt to team up with him for a robbery of France's diamond district. The film is inspired by the true events of the 2003 Antwerp diamond heist. The film stars Gerard Butler and O'Shea Jackson Jr., who reprised their roles from the first film. So I watched the film and I was okay with the first film. It had its problems, but it was okay. I watched this film and I thought, okay, it makes good use of Europe, particularly France, even though it was filmed at the Canary Islands, and the development of the friendship between Butler and Jackson's characters helped to improve the film beyond what the first film did. But the film still suffers from the same problems as the first film, namely that it's too long, too baggy, and there's not enough dynamic enough action. A third film is in development. Den of Thieves 2 Pantera is streaming on Amazon Prime Video now. That's all I have for next week, but be sure to check back next week for more film news. This time I'm not entirely sure what I'll be covering. I might just be reviewing some streaming films that I need to catch up on, like G20 or Moana 2. Now back to Gary in the studio.
Thank you, Andrew. We'll be back with Andrew next week. Now time in this week's programme to go over to the Met Office for the Saturday evening weather forecast. And this week we're joined by...
Hello there, good evening. Welcome to your latest Met Office forecast. High pressure still dominating our weather pattern. However, it's slightly shifted to the northeast of the UK, allowing a northerly airstream to push its way southwards, bringing colder air to many areas over the next 24 hours or so. But it does look like it starts to turn warmer again, especially towards the end of next week. But high pressure keeping it largely dry and settled. A settled end to the day for many of us. Clear spells are turning quite chilly through this evening and overnight. That northerly breeze, though, picking up down the eastern side of the country, so frequent showers developing across eastern Scotland down into eastern England. Elsewhere, dry with clear spells, though there will be some cloud across Northern Ireland into Wales, the Midlands, central southern England. And that's generally the dividing line between something less cold across the southwest of the UK and then something quite chilly across the north and northeast. Touch of frost possible in the countryside across parts of Scotland. Temperatures here down to close to freezing to start Sunday morning. But a bright start, plenty of sunny spells, though frequent showers down the east continuing. Showers falling as snow over the highest ground of Scotland, but showers hopefully becoming a little less frequent as we move through into the afternoon. But a lot of cloud across central and eastern parts of the UK, so sunshine a little limited here. The rest of the sunshine across the west, particularly Wales, the West Country, parts of Northern Ireland and western Scotland. And the winds will be lighter here, so just feeling a little less cold, but chillier than it has done of late. Temperatures really struggling, particularly in the east, 9-10 Celsius at the best. With that northerly breeze, it will feel quite chilly. Temperatures still in the southwest reaching around 16 or 17 Celsius, so a little nearer to average here, but below average across many northern and eastern parts. Through to the evening time, we can see there's still a risk of a few showers down eastern parts of England, particularly Lincolnshire down into East Anglia, 1 or 2 heavy showers possible. But elsewhere, as we head overnight, lengthy clear skies developing once more, and a higher risk of frost for parts of Northern Ireland, Northern England into Scotland, especially in the countryside. Less so across the south and east, where it remains quite breezy here with 1 or 2 showers still possible. Temperatures here generally holding up above freezing, 5, 6, 7 Celsius, so still cooler than what we've seen over the past week or so. So a bright start for many on Monday morning. Showers across parts of Lincolnshire down into southeast England. These becoming confined to parts of Kent and then into the English Channel by the afternoon, with many places dry with sunny spells. A bit more sunshine around across eastern and northern parts compared to Sunday. Best of the sunshine across much of mainland Scotland. And the wind's lighter here, so feeling a little less chilly. Still breezy across eastern and southern parts of England in particular. That east coast still around 11 or 12 Celsius. Inland temperatures near average 15 or 16 Celsius. So if you'd like more information on the weather where you are over the next few days, you can follow us on our social media channels. See you again soon.
Thank you very much there, Greg, for the Saturday evening weather forecast. And looking at the week ahead down here on the south coast, here is the weather. Looking to be sunny spells and a bit of cloud, a bit like it's been today. Overcast a bit of the day and sunny spells at the rest of the time, and quite mild. So a reasonable week ahead this week. Moving to our What's On, starting with Weymouth Pavilion. 4th of May, the film Goldfinger. 6th of May, A Night with Janis Joplin, the musical. 8th of May, Diana and Lionel, Endless Love, the show. 9th of May, Robert Lamberti presents Perfectly George. That's the music of George Michael. 13th of May, film Ocean with David Attenborough. And 14th of May, that well-known appropriate singing group, the D-Day Darlings, are in Weymouth. WeymouthPavilion.com is the website for information on these other films and other shows that are happening, and there is plenty there for everyone, whether you are a local or on holiday. Looking at the Nothe Fort, running till the 11th of May, they have their VE Day commemorations. 17th of May, the Cold War Bunker. 24th of May to 1st of June, Castles and Dragons. More information on nothefort.org.uk. we mentioned the high angle battery right at the start of the programme. You can go along to an engaging talk on next Saturday, the 10th of May, be led by Dorset Council Senior Archaeologist Steve Wallace. You'll learn about what the high angle battery was for, how it was operated and why it became obsolete. And the walk will start at 11 a.m. Tickets are £3.50 and they can be booked via the B-Side website at www.b-side.org.uk/events. You'll also find several other events on that website that may be of interest to you as well. There'll be a talk on Jane Austen and how the relationship with Dorset and Somerset affected her writing, and that's part of a series of events marking the 250th anniversary of Jane Austen's birth. The talk will be held at St Mary Church, Cerne Abbas on Friday the 9th of May at 7:30. Tickets cost £7, including wine or a soft drink, and the doors open at 7 p.m. You can find tickets on Eventbrite, and if you search for Jane Austen Bath and West Country Eventbrite, that will take you to the page. Finally, in tonight's programme, church services tomorrow, Communion All Saints Wyke, Regis, 8 a.m, 9:30 the monthly more family informal friendly service, Cafe Church, and 11 o'clock service at St Edmunds at Weymouth. Our other programme tonight is our quiz. That will be on at 7:30 in about an hour's time. The stream will go live about 7:20 so that people can find it and be ready to start promptly at 7:30. It's free, it's family friendly, and all are welcome to join us. If you've got any items for us for next week's programme, do drop us a line at news@wykeregis.tv. We would love to hear from you. Hope that you enjoy the rest of this weekend. The week ahead, if you are going along to any of the VE Day 80 celebrations or commemorations anywhere, and look forward to being back with you next Saturday at 6 o'clock. Good night.